10. We're gonna get started. So just remember, I'm glad you guys are here. Everyone else that comes in after this is late. So we should have a lot more students. Hopefully you guys got my email. I sent out an email with a join Zoom link for everybody. So hopefully you guys got that. So just remember that you guys should be checking your email all the time, because that's the only way I have to communicate with you. So for all my people just joining, you guys are late, right? We get started at 10:10, so you guys got to make sure you're here and ready to go. Just talking a little bit more about that. So normally, guys, so I always start class, like I'll start Zoom 5 minutes before class starts. So I will always have class at least up by 10:05. And I will usually always have a warm-up for you guys to work on. We don't have a warm-up today because today's day 1. So I don't really have any mathy stuff for you guys to work on. So make sure you guys are here and ready to go, because what's going to happen is that all of these people who are joining late now are going to miss everything that we did at the very beginning of class, because now it's 10:11. Okay, so just remember, guys, I start right at 10:10. Now, if you guys are late, I know that life happens. All of my lessons are going to be streamed, and we're going to talk about that here in a little bit. Okay, so I stream and record all of my lessons to YouTube, and I'm going to show you guys today how to access those videos in case that you miss stuff. Because again, and I really want to stress this, I start on time. So at 10:10, I start class. So this Zoom will always be up at 10:05 or earlier, and I will usually have a warm-up. Now, the warm-ups aren't graded. They're just there for extra practice to get you going. So remember, math is a language, right? And just like we learn English or Spanish or Russian or any language, you have to practice it to get good at it, right? So I do provide lots of opportunities to practice. You guys just need to be here to practice, okay? All right, so I feel like this is going to be that. So again, people are joining. We're going to be missing some things. Okay, so let's start with class. So hey everybody, I'm Mr. Kraft. I am going to be, this is Geometry A, so hopefully we're in the right place. So this is second period geometry. So just a little bit about me. This is my 12th year teaching at Mount Vernon High School. I've taught everything from algebra, geometry, pre-calculus, AP calculus. I've done kind of the full gambit. I've been teaching geometry the longest. I love geometry. So this class schedule, so we're going to be meeting, today is Thursday, so we're going to be meeting every Monday and Thursday. So, and I'm going to show you guys how to get that on a calendar if you want, so you don't forget. So it's the same schedule every week, no matter what. Okay, so we're going to meet every Monday and we're going to meet every Thursday. The only times we don't meet on Mondays and Thursdays if there is no school. Okay, so coming up, I know that we're going to have snow days. Snow days, we're still going to have school. So every Monday and Thursday, we're going to have school. Okay, if for some reason, let's say I lose internet or you lose internet, just check Google Classroom. And we're going to talk about that in just a little bit. But we're going to have class every Monday and Thursday. Okay, so it's a rigid schedule. We're going to always meet at the same time. Okay, attendance, right, is taken during class. And that's it. So let's get to what things we're going to be using. So we're going to be using Zoom for all our classes. So hopefully you guys have gotten used to that first trimester. Google Classroom is where I'm going to communicate all of our assignments and communication. So it's really important that you guys are checking Google Classroom and you're checking your email. Those are the only two ways I have of communicating with you guys. Okay, so make sure you're checking Google Classroom and your email. All assignments are going to be posted on Google Classroom. Okay. And then the other platforms that we're going to use is we're going to use Big Ideas. I'll show you guys how to do that today. And then we're going to use YouTube for all the missing videos. So what I want to do is I want to go through my syllabus with you guys so I can talk about classroom expectations and rules, but I also want to show you how to log into all these websites, how to use these websites so that when we get started with math next class, you guys can just get in and everything will be seamless. You're not going to be freaking out about not being able to get your work done. Okay, so to do this, first what I'm going to do is I'm going to transition here with my cool software. So I'm in Google Classroom, and I'm going to go to Geometry second period. Okay, so this is, again, this is going to be where everything is. Now, I'm not going to use the stream very much. So every once in a while, I might post an announcement here. So there will be important things, but usually if I have an announcement, I'll email it to everyone if it's really important. So again, really important that you guys are checking your email, okay? The classwork tab, that's where everything is going to be. Super important, guys. So let's take a look at the classwork tab. So there's a bunch of things here that you guys need to know. The first one being Zoom link for class. Well, you guys are like, well, I'm here, so I have the Zoom link. But what I really want to point out is if you want to add your class to Google Calendar. So let me show you what my calendar looks like. Okay, so this is my calendar. And if you guys see my calendar here, you'll see I have today, right? I just taught, and oops, come on, stop, I don't want to add. I just taught I need to make the screen bigger. Very frustrating. Okay. Okay, I just taught Algebra 1 Extended, and now I'm in Geometry, and then after this I have Pre-Calc. And then after that, you guys can see here, and I need to turn this off. You can see here, then I have my office hours. And what I've done is I've put my whole schedule on Google Calendar. And I super recommend that you guys do the same, that you guys have all of your classes put on Google Calendar. And as you can see, as I go by week, I have a list of all my meetings, of all my Google Calendars, all my classes, and everything going here, okay? So again, what you can do, so I've helped you out. I've made a calendar for this class, and all you have to do is click this link, and it will add this class to your Google Calendar. And what it does, if I click on this class, a little box will pop up, and I can just say join meeting. So I never have to be like, oh, where's my Zoom link? I can just click on my Google Calendar and go to my Zoom link. So I strongly recommend that you guys set up your Google Calendar. Yes, it takes a little bit of time, but holy moly, it takes a little bit of time. You're set up for the whole trimester, okay? And then you never have to worry about, oh, where should I be right now? I didn't know I had class, okay? It's all set up and done. So well, there's two things you need to do, but this should be a third one. You guys should set up your Google Calendar to do this. You can also set up Mr. Kreft's office hours, and you can just join from here. So to do the office hours, it's the same thing. So I have all of this information. You can click this link right here to add it to your Google Calendar. So again, like if you're like, oh, I need help, but I don't know when Kreft have his office hours. If you just have it on your Google Calendar, it's really easy, and you're more likely to do and get help. Okay, so make sure you guys do that. And I know a lot of you didn't have a math class last trimester, so you're not into the groove of things. Remember, math guys, we're gonna have work after every class. Okay, we're gonna have a little assignment after every class, and so that means that you guys really need to be asking for help when you need it. Okay. So let's talk about some other things. Let's get to our syllabus. So I got my syllabus here. I'm going to bring that up. Okay, and let's go through that and let's talk about that. And hey guys, as I go through this, if I'm going too fast or if you have questions, just ask, right? You can use chat. Remember, in chat, you can send a private message. I think that with the update, they call it a direct message, but you can send me a private message or you can send a message to everyone. So the private message is great. I'll never say your name if you send me a private message. I won't be like, oh, looks like Billy Bob here has a question. No, I'll never do that. You can send me a private question and I'll respond to it right away. Okay? So if you guys have anything, you can just use chat, and I have a big screen. I can see it right here. So great. Yeah, and if you need to talk to me after class, you can do that, okay? And remember, if there's something you need to talk to me about in class and you don't get to it, email me. It's the best way to communicate. So let's talk about this geometry syllabus. I noticed someone else is here with me. Okay, so I have my email address in here. I have a little outline about what we're covering. So let's get to the good stuff though. Here are my office hours, but remember there's a link on Google Classroom that you can add to your calendar. So you don't need to come back here to check out my office hours. Now I have office hours. I have some in the morning and some in the evening because I try to accommodate everyone's schedule. Remember, if you can't make those, you can always email me. Always. You can just shoot me an email and be like, hey, I'm stuck on question 2. Can you help me out? This is what I tried. And I can be like, oh, that's really cool. Here, try this. Okay. So again, make sure that you guys are doing that. You should have the right Google class codes. Make sure you guys are in the right Google Classroom, right? This is second period. Don't join my fourth period. That's gonna make things really confusing for everyone. There is an online textbook. I'm going to show you guys how to log into that in just a second. It's actually part of your, one of your homework assignments tonight is you're going to log in to Big Ideas and make sure you can get in and you can find everything. Okay. But you're not going to have an assignment from Big Ideas today. Okay. If you guys hear rumbling, they're taking down a deck outside my window. So I apologize if that's coming through. If you guys want a physical book, note that you can pick up a physical book from school. If you need information on that, just shoot me an email and say, hey, Kraft, I want to pick up a physical book. How do I do that? And I can get you that information. But yeah, if you guys are like, I need to have a physical book to follow along in class, we can check out physical books from school. Just remember that if you check out a book, you got to take care of it. And if you damage it, the book costs $80. So just make sure, I don't want that to be a surprise to anybody. Okay, and again, if I'm going too fast, say something. Say, hey, slow down, I have a question. Yeah, we do have an online option of the book, and I'm going to show you how to log in and do that, okay? So part of your homework is to log in to the online website and check it out. And then next class, or if you don't want to wait for next class, you can send me an email, and we can figure out the big ideas online, or we can talk about it next class as well, right? So that's why we're doing it now before you have an assignment, so that when we do have an assignment, you're like, okay, how do I get the book? Where do I find assignments? Stuff like that. Okay? And thank you for the question. I appreciate that. Okay, required materials. Guys, it's expected that we're taking notes. You need to take notes. Remember, all of your homework is open notes. Your tests are open notes. Everything is open notes. You need to take notes. And not just take notes. You need to take notes that are useful to you, because you're going to be going back to those notes and being like, okay, what's the example we did in class? Does this look like this problem I'm doing? Okay, I can do this. I have an example. Okay, so taking great notes is up to you. Whether you do that digitally, whether you do that by paper and pencil, that's totally up to you. You need to take notes. If you don't have a calculator, Desmos Scientific Calculator is great. Okay, it does everything. It has a fraction button. What I really like is if you have an answer that's in decimals, it can switch it to a fraction for you, which is super cool. All right, so Desmos Scientific, it's just like the yellow calculators that we had at school. Okay, so Desmos Scientific, and I have a link for that. Oops, in the syllabus. You can also just Google search Desmos Scientific. Okay, I would bookmark this calculator and just have it on your bookmark bar. So I have like bookmarks up here. I would have the Desmos Scientific bookmark. It's a really good link. Okay, and we can use a calculator always. So just make sure you guys are using it and get comfortable with it. All right, whew, a lot of talking, guys. I'm so sorry. Not a lot of doing, a lot of talking. Again, if you guys have questions, I've had people ask me questions in chat. Just keep asking them. Okay, classroom expectations, be on time. So a lot of you were late today. And the consequences of that, guys, is I start at 10:10. Okay, that's when class starts. And if you miss something, then you're gonna if you miss something, then it's on you to figure out what you missed. Now, all of my lessons are gonna be are live streamed to YouTube, and I'm gonna show you how to access that in just a little bit. Okay. To be respectful. So some things for online being respectful is that we're going to keep our microphones off when other people are talking. So if someone turned on their microphone and wanted to talk, I would turn off my microphone. Okay. I'm going to ask that we don't have videos on during class. I know some of you are like, well, cool, I didn't want my video on either. And the reason for it is just distracting. I need you guys focused on this. And having videos on can be really distracting. Okay. If you want to talk, you can just say so in the chat. So just use the chat for everything. You can send me a direct message. You can send a public message. But I'm asking that you don't spam chat. Okay, so chat should only be used for questions. It shouldn't be like, yo, what's up? What's up, Carlos? Yo, how you doing? Right? That's not what chat's for, okay? Because I have to be able to read chat and see questions. And if it's just being filled up with, yeah, you know what's funny? I just used Carlos as a name. I didn't even know I had a Carlos. So good morning. I'm glad that you're doing good. So we can't fill up chat with that because then I can't help people, right? So that's where the issue is there. Okay, and then the expectation is that you're engaged. So right, you're not just turning on class and then walking away and playing Among Us with your friends. Okay, so you guys, we have to be engaged. All sessions are recorded, so I want you guys to know that there's 2 different recordings. One is recorded by Zoom, and administrators have access to that. So if there's any sort of issues that happen in class, administrators are able to see everything, chat, audio, everything. Okay. Then there's the recording I'm doing. So I want you guys to know there's 2 different recordings. The recording that I put on YouTube does not have chat, and it does not have your voice because I'm wearing headphones. So I want that to be clear. If some of you are like, well, I don't want to talk because I don't want to be on YouTube. Nothing you do will be on YouTube. And I want to make that super clear. So when I record the lessons, the only thing that is going to show up on YouTube is the screen you're seeing, my picture, and my voice. Okay, so I just really want to make that clear that it's safe, guys, to ask questions and to do stuff. Okay. So just a quick, right? So if you violate any school rules, it's recorded. It's going to go directly to admin. Okay. Make sure that you guys are asking a lot of questions. That's so important, right? No one is in this alone. I'm here to help you. But remember, online, I'm not looking over your shoulder. I only know what you tell me, right? I only know what you turn in for assignments. So you have to ask for help. Ask questions. Ask lots of questions. You can never ask too many questions. And the only bad question, guys, is the question you don't ask, because then you don't know the answer to it. Okay. Make sure you guys seek help from office hours. Consequences. We're not going to have consequences. Okay. Assignments are worth 80%. This is really big. Assignments are worth 80%. Tests are only worth 20%. You're going to have 2 tests. Each test is worth 10 points. Or not 10 points, 10%. So what's important? Is tests important or are assignments important? Assignments. So now, this is super important, and everyone needs to pay attention to this. This is super important. Assignments are 80% of your grade. 80%. That means you can pass this class just with assignments. Okay. This is the part that I need everyone to know. This is not last spring. Everyone is not going to get an A. All assignments will be graded on correctness. So for example, if the assignment has 10 questions and you get 7 questions correct, then you are going to get a 7 on the assignment. That means you got 70% of the answers correct. Now, before people start freaking out and having heart attacks, guys, that's not what I'm about. But you need to know it. The assignments are based on correctness. You can't just turn in an assignment with everything wrong. Okay? So to give you support, you have unlimited attempts per problem. That means you can type in an answer and check the answer before you submit. So when you submit, you know what grade you're getting. Okay, so do you guys see, like, you have unlimited chances to get these right. So if you type it in, you check your answer, it's wrong, you can try it again. If you get frustrated, send me an email. Join my office hours. I can help you out. We can get it right. Okay, you can redo all assignments. Okay, but now to redo an assignment, you have to email me, because once you submit something, you can't unsubmit it yourself. So if you want to redo an assignment, you have to email me asking to redo a specific assignment so I can unsubmit it so you can work on it again. Okay, does anybody have questions on assignments? Because that's the biggest part of our grade, right? It's 80% of your grade. It's graded on correctness. You have unlimited attempts. You can redo all assignments. Questions? Does anybody have questions? Great question. Assignments are due at the beginning of next class, and I update the gradebook at the end of the day you have class. So like today, if there was an assignment turned in, at the end of the day, I would update all my grades. So if you don't turn it in on time, then it doesn't show up in the gradebook. Okay? All right. So any other questions? You guys doing okay? Are we still alive? I know this is so boring. Yep, yeah, you can, so again, you can redo all assignments, right? So you just got to get it done. Yep. There's deadlines. There's no hard deadlines. So you can redo all assignments. So if you don't get an assignment done in a unit, then you can redo that assignment later and still turn it in. Okay, so let's talk about tests in a little bit. Okay. So because we got some yellow down here. Okay, so grading scale. The grading scale is back to normal, guys. Okay, this isn't spring anymore. So the grading scale is back to normal. This is your normal math A through F grading scale. Okay. So let's talk about, okay, you're responsible for keeping notes. All right. Okay, so and this is what I talked about with assignments. Assignments are always going to be worth 10 points, and it'll be based off correctness. So if you get 74% right on the homework, then you would get a 7.4 on your homework score. Okay, so that's how it works. Okay, late assignments will be in the overdue tab on Big Ideas Math. If you're confused by that, we'll talk more about that as the year goes along. Okay, so again, if someone had asked about late assignments, okay, that's where it's going to be. So they're going to still be there. You can still work on them, right? You still get unlimited tries to do them. So this is really, think of it more as a standard-based grading. So like, did you do it? How did you do on it? Okay, so it's really standards-based grading. You get unlimited answer checks and unlimited redo assignments. If you want to redo assignment and you have turned it in, you have to email me. Okay, and then you're going to have to email me when you're done too. But I'll remind people of that. But basically, if you want to redo an assignment, you have to email me. And then when you're done redoing that assignment, you have to email me, or else I won't know to update it. Okay? And hey, guys, with late work, if you guys turn in late work, I might not know that you turned it in. So as a rule of thumb, and some of you asked, should we be taking notes? If you turn in late work, you should email me. Don't use Google Classroom. I don't use Google Classroom for grades. You should email me if you turn in late work, because if it's late, I don't know you turned it in. All right, I don't get a thing saying like Billy Bob turned in their assignment. Okay, you have to tell me you turned it in late. So email me. If you're turning in late work, you should send me an email. This is a big one. If no homework is turned in, you can get up to 40% if you're participating in class. So that means if you're in class, not like you joined class in the last 5 minutes, but if you're in class and you just didn't do your homework, instead of a 0, I'll give you a 40%. Okay? Now, a 4 can be upgraded to your assignment score when late work is turned in. So just a heads up with that. If you turn in an assignment in and you had a 4 because you were in class, so let's say you turned an assignment in late and you got worse than a 40%, I will automatically return the assignment to you. Does that kind of make sense? Because I'm not going to give you a grade worse than 40%. So if you turn in an assignment and it's less than 40%, I'm going to return it to you unless you didn't show up to class. Then it's better than a 0. So I will always default to your better score. So if you have a 40% because you turned in your assignment late and you turn in the assignment and you only got 2% on it, I'm going to return it to you to keep working on it. You do not lose points if you turn it in late. Again, this is standard-based grading. You just got to get it done. Now, you don't want to wait, because if you wait, you're going to get overwhelmed with the amount of work, right? You want to get it done on time. Okay? No points will be given if you don't come to class and you don't do the work. Okay, that's the only time I give 0s. If you miss class, you'll need to watch the recorded class videos in Google Classroom. So this is what I mean by this. See this right here? It says links to class videos. So if I click this, it's a YouTube link. So if I click this, it's going to take me to YouTube, and it's going to take me to geometry period. So as you can see, I have 2 geometry classes. So this one was geometry 4th period day 1 intro, and then at the end of this class, I'll have geometry 2nd period day 1 intro. Okay, and then you can watch that, and it's the full-length video. All right. So there's that, and I hope I answered the question. I just see it. Assignments turned in late, and yes, I think Billy Bob is a funny name. So, all right. So there's that. Link to class videos. Okay, let's go back to syllabus. Okay, now someone had asked about retaking tests. So the geometry team hasn't gotten together. I want you to be able to retake your midterm, but I can't say that. So it's going to be in yellow. So for right now, the answer is no, you can't retake your midterm. It's only 10% of your grade, okay? but I have it in there because I really want you guys to be able to take your midterm if you want to. Okay? So I'm working on that. It's in yellow right now just because I can't say that because something like that I have to get approved through our geometry team. So I need to meet with the geometry teachers and do that. As soon as that it's official, I'll let you guys know. You can't retake the final just because it's the final. Now, one thing you need to know about the midterm and final, they're terrible names. You're going to have test 1 and test 2. Test 1 will cover the first part of the trimester. Test 2 will cover the second part of the trimester. They're not cumulative. Okay, so more good news there. All right, so that's my syllabus. Does anybody else, these are good questions. Does anybody else have questions on the syllabus? And hey guys, if you ever ask a question and I don't answer it, you should retype it and just copy paste it in chat again. It just means I missed it because other people were asking questions. Oh, someone asked a question. So I think I answered, can you redo tests? So it says, would assignments be due at the end of school or later in the day? So all assignments are due before the beginning of next class. So you'll have 2 assignments tonight. They're really easy, no math. You have 2 assignments that are like really easy. It takes less than 2 minutes to do, and that's due before the start of next class. So the next class is Monday at 10:10. So you have until Monday at 10:10 to get everything in. Okay, and then I update the grade book at the end of the day that day. Now, if you turn it in late, you're gonna have to email me because I won't know you turned it in. Okay, so I hope I answered that question. Okay. All right. Does anybody else have any other questions before I move on? I know this is super exciting, but I want to make sure you guys, are aware. I don't want any surprises. That's no fun, right? Anybody else? All right. Okay, so what else do I want to talk about? Okay, so just really quickly, going back to Google Classroom. So all of your assignments will be here. So as you can see, they're grayed out, and it says scheduled for 11 o'clock. All of your assignments will be posted as soon as class ends, okay? And so that's because I don't want people not paying attention in class and just working on the assignments. So you're gonna have 2 assignments. So the first one, it says read the syllabus. Well, wait, didn't we all just go through the syllabus together? Oh, snap. We just did the homework together. Okay, cool. So all you need to do at the end of class, between now and next class, is you just need to go in to the read the syllabus and you need to hit submit and turn in. There you go, 5 points. Is that crazy? Yeah, you guys are getting free points. So you guys aren't interacting very much. I hope you guys are alive and well. There's a lot of you. Holy moly, 32. So that's it. That's part of your first assignment. You just need to go onto Google Classroom. You need to say, hey, I read the syllabus in class, and all you need to do is submit it. And it's going to be posted at 11 a.m. So right at the end of class, you're going to be able to go in and get that done. Hey, guys, and this is something that you can do between now and your next class, right? So get it done. Everyone should be starting with an A, right? We're in this together, guys. We should be able to do this. Now, your second assignment is how to log in to Big Ideas Math. So if I open up this document, and everyone between now and next class should log into Big Ideas Math, okay? If it's in, oh, please ask a question. Yeah. Yes, because that's a resource. The homework assignment isn't posted yet. Yeah, great question. So the syllabus is always going to be here. So when assignments are done, I'm going to delete them as we get older and older, and then I'll just have a tab that says, are you missing work? So that way you guys don't have like a million assignments piled up. There will just be one tab that says, are you missing assignments? And it will be a link to all the missing assignments. Does that kind of make sense? And so that's why I have the syllabus as a resource. That's a great question, and thank you so much for asking that. Okay, so yeah, these aren't up yet, so that's why they're not posted. So I'm just giving you a preview. So this document is going to be your second assignment. It's going to be log into Big Ideas. Now it's in English and Spanish. If you guys need another language, email me and we can get this translated. You can also use Google Translate to translate anything on a page too, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go to bigideasmath.com. And so I'm just going to right click this. Oops. Okay. Now you're going to get a page that looks like this. Now, do you see how my browser automatically filled this out? It's so tempting to hit the red button, right? The red button. Okay, but you don't want to hit the red button. This is all junk. It's not even the right password. Okay, to log in, you need to log in with Clever. If you don't log in with Clever, you're not going to get to the right place. And this is why I'm having this be an assignment. You need to do this before you have work to do. So if you get frustrated and stuck, we can get help. Okay, so if I kick log in with Clever, okay, so I'm going to say not my district. So you're going to get this. It's going to say search for your school. So you're going to type in Mount Vernon High School. And then it's going to show up as Mount Vernon High School, District 320, Washington. That's the one we want, okay? Don't do Mount Vernon Community School District, okay? Don't, right? There's all these other Mount Vernon high schools. We want Mount Vernon School District 320, WA. And I click that. And then, so it's going to say Mount Vernon School District 320 up here. And then I'm going to log in with Google. Now, some of us have more than one Google account, right? So I have my personal and I have my school. You have to log in with your school account, everyone. You have to log in with your school account. If you don't log in with your school account, it won't work. Oh, okay. There we go. Sorry, there was an error. I just had to hit login with Clever again. Okay, there's going to be a resources tab for you, but so the resources is where you're going to have the book, and I want you guys to explore that on your own. Okay, but under the assignment tab, upcoming is where your assignments are going to be, and you're going to click on the pencil to get that done. Okay, you're going to click on the pencil to enter your assignment. Sorry, I don't have any assignments there. Any late assignments that you haven't turned in are going to show up in your overdue tab. Okay, so your upcoming is where your assignment's going to be. The overdue tab is going to be where your late work is. One last thing, when you go and you're working on an assignment, to submit, you have to click on your name, and there will be a button that says submit. So it's not like Desmos. If you guys have used Desmos before, it's not like Google Docs that just saves your work automatically. You have to submit your work, okay? And when I assign the homework assignment next class, I'll show you what that means, okay? But you're gonna click on your name, and you're gonna hit submit. Okay, so right now you probably can't see the assignment tab because well, you won't have a reports. That's just for me because I'm a teacher. But you won't see the assignments tab until I assign you to do an assignment. Okay, so that's a really good question. Okay, so someone's like, I can't see the assignments tab. So you won't see the assignments tabs because I haven't assigned anything yet. So next class, I'll go over on how to get into the assignment and how to submit it. Okay, guys? But for right now, if you can get into big ideas, everything is good. Everything is Kirkland. And you might be like, did he just say Kirkland? Yeah, I can't afford Gucci. So things are good. They're Kirkland. All right? So Kirkland Signature Select, if you know what I'm saying. Only the best. So again, to submit, you're going to click on your name and you're going to hit submit. Okay? We'll go over that again next time. So all these instructions are here, guys. Okay? There's pictures. Okay? Make sure that you guys... and there's even thing that hit submit to turn in your assignment. Okay, so if you save and exit, your assignment will not be turned in. I had a lot of issues. Students had a lot of issues with that. They're like, I did my assignment. Why is it missing? Okay, you have to submit it when you're done. And if that happens, you can send me an email and I'll gladly help you. Okay, so to recap, you have two assignments. One, we read the syllabus together. You're just going to go into Google Classroom after 11 o'clock and you're going to hit submit. Two, make sure that you guys don't just submit, right? Go and make sure you can log into Big Ideas, because if you have issues, it's better to get it dealt with now than later when we have an assignment, okay? These are your two assignments. They're both going to be due before class on Monday, so before 10:10 on Monday. And if you guys have any questions, you can email me to get that done, okay? All right, so let's go back to here. All right, and then Let me take a look. Did I cover everything? Okay, so that's it. You guys have 2 assignments. And when are we normally out of class? Let me go take a look at my Google Calendar. We're normally out of class at, of course, Google now is. We're normally out at 11:05. I don't think we're out at 11:05. I think we're out at 11. Isn't that true? We're out at 11. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, we're out at 11. I'm gonna have to go change this Google Calendar here. I'm gonna edit that now, so if you guys can do that. So, hey guys, I really again strongly encourage, and I'm gonna show this again. So we don't really have homework, right? I just have 2 tasks that you need to do. Please take the time and set up Google Calendar. Get these classes and going here, because to check to see if we were still in class, see how I can just look at the calendar and be like, oh yeah, hey, we go into 11, right? So I know that we're still in class and where I should be. Really set that up, because it's going to be so important. And you guys can set, so if I click on this, here, I can edit the event and I can set reminders. So add a notification. So if you're very forgetful, I can add a notification so it alerts me. It's like, hey, it's 5 minutes until class. Okay, and I would do that. Now, I don't have an alarm set up for this one because it's second period, so I have an alarm set up for first period. So that way, if something's going on, I'm like, oh, I need to be there for class. Okay, so again, I would really make sure that you guys set up a Google Calendar. And as you can see, I have my algebra, my geometry, my pre-calc, my other geometry class, and I had my advisory. I also have my office hours. So if you guys need help logging into Big Ideas or have questions, you can send me an email, or you can come talk to me in person. You can talk to me in person today from 1 to 3:15, or you can talk to me tomorrow morning from 6:35 to 8:50. Okay, there's lots of different ways of doing that. Okay, also remember that this video after class, you just got to give me a second. I have to just put it in the right playlist. Will show up right here. So a lot of you guys missed the start of class. So make sure that you come in here and you watch what you missed. You guys are being held responsible for that. So make sure you watch those videos, okay? And there's going to be a video for everything. There is going to be a geometry 4th in here. So if you're just like, you know what? Kref did a better job with 4th period. Cool, go watch their video. It doesn't matter. It's the same content, okay? All right. What else? So I went over Zoom links. I went over resources. Assignments will be up at 11 o'clock. What else do I want to talk about? Grades. I don't grade on Google Classroom. So basically, I just use Google Classroom as a way to like give you a calendar. So when you log into Google Classroom, there will be a upcoming no work due soon. But when it's posted, it's going to say you have work due here, here, and here. So that's why I use Google Classroom for all of that. Okay. I also use Google Classroom to send emails to everyone. Oops, I guess I shouldn't do that because I'm showing people's names. But I use Google Classroom to send emails. So make sure you guys are on there. Oh my gosh, someone's joining. And make sure that we're doing that to get that done. Okay. So we do have a little bit of time left. Before I finish up, does anybody have questions about anything that we went over? About what the 2 tasks you need to do between hey, that's okay. I'm glad that you came back in. Do you guys have any questions? What can I do to help, guys? Questions about assignments, right? Assignments are 80% of your grade. They're going to be graded on correctness, right? They're due at the beginning of next class. You have unlimited time to work on it. You have unlimited redos. You just need to make sure to email me if you want to do a redo. Okay, I upgrade my gradebook the same day as class. So I update the gradebook twice a week. Okay, for this class. What else? All of these classes are going to be up on YouTube. Okay, so you can always go back and take a look at it. Okay, what else do we have here? Make sure you guys set up a calendar so that you're organized. So we'll go over that next class. So in Big Ideas with the assignments, for every question, it's going to say there's a little button that says check answer. So you can just click the button that says check answer, and then it will tell you if the answer is right or wrong before you move on to the next one. And I'll set that up for you guys next time to show you how that works. Yeah, absolutely. Anybody else have any questions? These are great questions. I think a notebook should be fine. So like one notebook. So just think we're going to be taking notes every day, and there's 23 days. So I would say like 2 to 3 pages of notes. Like 3 would be a lot. 2 to 3 pages of notes, 3 max. So 3 times 23 is 69. So you'd want at least minimum 69 pages. I mean, right? So some days you might not have a lot of notes, and some days we're going to have a lot of notes. We don't have graphing paper, right? When I say 3 pages, I mean front and back, right? Uh, um, and I don't anticipate. I mean, it's only 55. It's only a 50-minute class period, right? So I mean, there's a limit to how many notes we can do. So I'm going to try to keep it concise, but most of it's going to be practice. Like a lot of our notes are going to be example problems and doing practice together. So it's really just going to be that. And I know not everyone has, welcome back. Hey guys, internet problems are going to happen. And I'm just glad that you came back. Anything you missed, you find on YouTube. We don't have graph paper, which is going to make things difficult, but we're going to be fine because remember that with geometry, part of it is like art, part of it is just getting it done. So we're just going to do our best to draw without graph paper, and we're going to be fine. You're going to find that drawing and visuals are going to help us, and it's not going to be anything we need to worry about. We don't need to be artists. We don't need to be perfect with our drawings. They're just there as a tool. So we're going to be fine there. So you really just need room we're going to be drawing a lot of pictures to help us understand where things are and what we need to solve for. Geometry is a little different than algebra. We use a lot of visuals. So if you're a visual learner, a lot of people do a lot better in geometry because it's visual, but we're still going to be doing a lot of algebra, and I'll be reviewing that. And if you guys struggled with algebra and you barely got through, remember that I'm here for you, and you guys can always come to my office hours and we can work on algebra until the end of the trimester, right? We can just keep working on it and getting it done, okay? So I don't want people to feel anxious or overwhelmed. If you do feel anxious or overwhelmed, just email me and we'll talk and we'll figure out a solution. Communication solves all problems. I know as a math teacher, you might think, oh, math solves problems. No, communication solves problems, and math is a language, so we can communicate in math too. So, that's beautiful. Anyways, guys, that's so we're getting towards the end. Does anybody else have any other questions before we close up? I just got a couple more things. Hey, and you know what the cool part is that it's okay to be anxious. Being anxious is normal. It's a normal feeling. What we can't do is we can't let the anxiety take over. You know what I mean? Like you never want any emotion to consume you. Does that kind of make sense? And anxiety is one of those that if it does consume you, it's negative, right? So and I think that's part of what we get from math, right? We learn how to deal with frustration. We learn how to feel like, and that's the same with learning any language, right? Like learning English or Spanish can be difficult. And it's frustrating if you don't have the words to express yourself, right? You don't have the right words to say things. So, and it's the same with math. If you don't have the right tools in math to solve a problem, the problem is really frustrating. But if you do have the right words, it's really easy. So I really want to make sure to help you guys with making sure that you find math easy. Because if you can do math easily, then you're going to enjoy math. And if math is hard and you don't get over the hump, then you're going to get frustrated and you're going to think math is awful. So really the tool key here, guys, is we need to make sure you guys feel confident and you guys feel good. Mistakes are going to happen. We're all going to make mistakes. I'm going to make a ton of mistakes. But remember, that's the whole point of learning is we're going to make mistakes. We're going to reflect on those mistakes and we're going to improve on those mistakes. Okay, so that's why it's so important that you guys are doing your homework, that you're practicing in class, because you need to make the mistakes in order to learn. Okay, no one in here is going to get everything right 100% of the time, every time. Okay, we're going to make mistakes eventually. And if you're not making mistakes, then you're in the wrong class, right? Because you already know everything, right? So I'm looking forward to that, and I think we're gonna be fine, guys. As long as we communicate and we work through it together, then we'll get to the point where math is easy. Okay, that's my goal. Because I don't want you guys to hate this class. I want you guys to be like, yeah, I can do math, and then doors open up in the future, right? Like you could go to a 4-year university and get a degree that requires some math in it, and then you're not going to be like, well, I can't do that because that has math in it, right? That's the worst. You guys can all do this. We're all going to be successful. All right. Any last questions? Sorry, I went off on a little tangent there. Anything else, guys? Anything else I can do to help you, make you feel good, get you pumped up? Oh wait, here I know what might get you pumped up. Here, let's I have something here. This is gonna be you guys. Yeah. Yeah, let's make this bigger. Yeah, boom. You guys are gonna be superheroes. Heck yeah. Okay. Okay. Maybe that's a little corny. All right. Is that a little less corny? Boom. How about a sun with a really beefy arm? All right, guys. Well, it's 10:56. We're supposed to be. Yeah, you guys are going to be a superhero. Hey, you guys are going to we're normally out at 11, but this is the first day, and this is never going to happen again. We're always going to have a full day of math, but it's 10:56, and you know what, guys? This is just an intro day, so at 11 o'clock, you're going to have 2 tasks to do, right? They're tasks, not really homework. You're going to turn in the syllabus, right? We already went over it together. If you missed it, go back and watch the YouTube video. And then you're going to figure out how to log into Big Ideas and then submit that. Okay, this is going to be the only 2 times that I use Google Classroom to submit homework. Okay, so those are 2 tasks. You just have to submit them and say that you're done, and I'll give you credit. And it's due by next class. So with that, if you guys are good, you can take off. And remember to go to your 3rd period class. And then if you need to stay around, you can. And I'll answer any questions that you have.